everyone, and welcome to another video of Linux for Absolutely Beginner. My name is Tia from DevOps Easy Learning, and today we'll be going through what is the kernel and also a shell in Linux, right? Now, what is a kernel in Linux or a shell? For instance, I have this little icon here where we have something here called a user. We have a shell, which is just a user interface, and from there we have some kind of shell like the bash shell, the CSH, the ZSH, and also the TCSH, right? And in there we have something here called a kernel. After that, we have a CPU that we know that the CPU here, it is what? The brain of the computer, right? What happens here is that a kernel here, it is what? As you guys can see here, we have the kernel, we have our CPU, we have our memory, and we have our devices. And here we have all our application, right? What is the kernel? The kernel is just an interface, right, between the application or the user interface and what? And our hardware. And what is the purpose of the kernel? Basically, when you are using Linux, right, when you type the ls command, what happens is that the computer cannot understand that. The computer only understands digit, which means 0 and 1, or only digit, not words, right? If you type stop, when you type ls, what will happen? Linux needs something that is going to convert that into a language that a computer can understand. And what is going to convert that? It is a kernel. A kernel will take that and kind of convert that into a language that the computer can understand, and the CPU will go ahead and process that information, and you are going to see the result, right? That means we use a terminal, which is the command line interface, to basically interact with what? With the Linux kernel. And the purpose of the Linux kernel, it is basically to convert what we are trying to let the computer know so that the computer can understand it, take it and convert it, transform everything that we are trying to do to a language that the computer can understand, right? And as you guys can see here, let me kind of have my Epic pen here. What is the kernel? The kernel is the main component of the Linux operating system, right? It provides the interfaces needed for a user and application to interact with the computer. With what? With the computer. And what is a shell? Here we have a user interface here with a shell. A shell here is what? A shell is the main component of a Linux operating system. It is a core interface between the computer and also the hardware, right? That means when you want to interact with Linux, what are you going to do? You open your shell, right? You use that shell, and when you type the command, the kernel will take that command, transfer the command into a language that the computer can understand. And what will happen here is that the CPU, which is also the brain, we call that the central processor unit, will go ahead and do what? And process that information. And the purpose here of the memory is what? Just to make sure that, let's say, we can load a lot of pages at the same time, that everything that the kernel needs, it can be stored in something that we call a temporary memory, right? Like a random access memory, which is just what we call a random access memory, which is also a volatile memory. Why? Because any information that is stored in the RAM will just be there for a short amount of time so that the CPU can access that, which means when we type the ls command, what happens is that the kernel take that and transform that into the language that the computer can understand, and it's going to be stored in the memory, which is a random access memory, and the CPU will kind of pull it from the memory and make sure that it process that, and when it process that, we are going to see the output through our terminal. That's it for this video, guys. If you like this video, let me know in the comment below, and also if you have not yet subscribed to our YouTube channel, please go ahead and do so that when we publish a new video, you will be notified. And also please don't forget to follow us on Facebook, TikTok, Instagram, Twitter, and so on. Thank you. Bye-bye.